come out? Hi, it's Tori again. Honestly, while making the silhouette this time, JoJo came to my mind, and when I saw the comments mentioning it right away, I thought everyone must see things in a similar way. This time's character is Daimon, the pinnacle of silhouette characters in fighting games. If you read it in Chinese characters, it's Daimon, but if you just read it as it is, it's Goro, it's Daimon Goro. According to the 94 profile, he's in his 20s, but he looks like a buff guy in his 40s. Goro is considered a strong character in many series, and personally, I think he's a pretty strong character even in 94. Let's check out Daimon, who excels in both striking and grappling. This is the Far A, now extremely strong as a zoning move. Even though it's a light normal, it boasts considerable reach. On top of that, the hitbox is insane. The attack hitbox comes out that far, but there's no hurtbox at all on the arm. Honestly, if we're just talking about normal move hitboxes, only someone like Rugal could compete with this in terms of priority. This is a close range A that's good enough to use as a main move. In 94, the light normal moves that can be chained are definitely really good. Chaining hits well can instantly cause a stun. Compared to other versions, it's pretty easy to connect combos from light normals, so starting from close A, you can link everything from heaven and earth to hell and paradise. As long as you understand the concept of input buffering, anyone can use it easily. Although KOF 94 features many complex commands, Goros are standard and easy to link. For reference, you can also connect a close D after a close A in a command move, but the timing is really tight. When doing the command move, you have to connect it so quickly that you can't even see the charging motion. Personally, I found it really difficult. If you put your soul into it and mash, you get insane speed with crouching A. My mashing speed slows at the end because I get tired. Similarly, it has insane hitboxes and is a basic move that's also good for creating stuns. You only need to combo off crouching A to deal this kind of insane damage. You can cancel into special moves, so if you input standing or crouching A early, it connects immediately. This also works well with standing A. Like with close A, you can link basic moves through each special cancel, but it's hard. This is a far B that you shouldn't compare to Goro from 98, who used to dominate as the strongest boss. The hitbox is just normal, at an average level, and the startup speed is also average. The reach is long, making it useful in footsies. However, the final boss Goro in 98 hits low, but the original Goro doesn't have that. Because he attacks while standing, it's simply a high attack. Unless your opponent is crouching, Far A is better for zoning. Close B is honestly a useless normal in 94 and 95 that you really don't need to use. The stance looks so awkward that it seems really slow, but actually the startup itself isn't that slow. It's a normal that can't be rapid fired, but you can still cancel it into a special move. However, since the A-type normals are faster than the B-type, honestly, they're not very useful for combos. Maybe because he's tall, his crouching B has good reach, so you can poke with it for zoning from time to time. However, the hitbox is fairly average compared to A-type normals. The two friends from the Japan team can chain their crouching B attacks low, but Goro can't do that. So crouching B is mainly used just for combos, but since there's no failed grab animation anyway, you can use the Tenchi Geishi without hit confirming. This Far C is a really good poke with pretty insane damage. Its hitbox isn't as good as A's, but compared to regular characters, it's still pretty good. It feels like a projectile is attached to his hand. You can hit farther than the graphics show. The startup is also quite fast for a heavy normal used for zoning, making it pretty useful. Even Lucky, who has pretty long reach, could lose to Goro if you just look at the hitbox battle. Goro's Far C, when fully charged, has really strong damage and reach, so even if you don't hit the opponent many times, you can put them in a near-death state. This is a close C that is completely useless. It's definitely cancelable and the damage isn't bad, so you might wonder why I say it has no equal, but you shouldn't compare it to other versions of Goro's close range C. As you can see, the startup is so slow that it's hard to combo after a jump attack. If you manage to land a hit, it's not bad, but since fast normals are important in 94, there's almost no chance for 94 Goro to land a close C, and you'll probably get punished instead. From the opponent's view, it's a crouching C that makes them want to tear you apart. Later on, this changed to a special move called Headbutt, but in 94, it's just crouching C. There are 2 hitboxes, both excellent as anti-air for a normal move. Unless facing a character with extreme air-to-air priority, it can at least trade hits. A benefit of 94 Goro is that doesn't have the headbutt mind placement bug. You can only cancel during the first motion. If the second motion comes out, you can't cancel anymore. Still, the cancel timing isn't so bad that it's unusable. This basic ranged D attack is useless and lacks any power. Startup is extremely slow, and hitboxes is only average instead of compensating with quality. If your opponent uses a fast move with good hitboxes, this move is useless and you can't win. Its range is much shorter than the long-range C, giving even less reason to use it. If you lack confidence in close-range pokes, this move is usable but bad. It's faster than close-range C, but still slower than the light attacks. Even if you're a little bit away, if you hit with close-range D, you can follow up with Cheonji Flip. If you continue the combo from a jump attack into Cheonji Flip, the damage is really brutal. It deals damage nearly equal to other characters' super moves. This is a crouching D that's good for sneaking in a few quick pokes when knocking down your opponent, but actually its reach is surprisingly short and the startup is pretty slow. It can be cancelled, but not with air cancels, so it's mainly for mind games. High Darren's crouching D has good hitbox and reach, but if you look at just the hitbox battle, it's about it. However, due to its limited reach, it's hard to use it as a main zoning tool like High Darren. Even if you press them at the same time, Goro can't beat Ralph. So since it's a basic move that requires distance control, it's not an absolutely essential basic move. It's really a basic move that requires distance, so distance control is also a fundamental skill. It's so good it just crushes the Art of Fighting team's Dragon Punches. Honestly, with most anti-air moves, you just can't beat Goro's Jump A. But if you try to dodge toward your guard, Goro's throw can come in dangerously, and even if Goro's Jump A just hits, he can immediately follow up with a throw without needing any other special or basic moves. The stun lasts a long time, and even these buggy throws can really frustrate the opponent. Because failed throws lack animation, you can repeatedly input the throw command and use it freely. This is Goro's Jump B, which has excellent cross-up performance. You can use it for rush attacks, but it's safer to use it mainly for cross-ups. The cross-up hitbox is also quite good, and just like with Jump A, you can perform a bug-like instant grab. The upside is that if you drop a combo using a strong normal or have trouble working a move into a light combo, you can use this immediately instead. So it really lowers the difficulty of Goro's combos. Actually, the jump normal is a light normal, but it's fine to just use the strong normal. Still, I'll introduce Jump C as well. Jump C also has cross-up potential, but since the hitbox is too high, it's almost impossible to continue a combo with it as a strong normal. So if you can use short combos, go ahead and use it, but if not, don't use it. This is Jump D, which is surprisingly strong in terms of hitbox priority. That doesn't mean it's better than Jump A, but it's relatively better compared to other characters. If Jump A beats Dragon Punch type moves, Jump D has a decent hitbox but can put you at risk of taking a hit to land a stronger blow. Heaven and Earth Flip is originally a 1,500 point move. You could also say this move has no stun value. However, if you add another normal during the fall, the score for that normal goes up. Since I used a CD, I gained an additional 800 points. You can see that the score for each basic move increases as a bonus. If it were only about raising your score, I wouldn't have introduced it. The odd thing about this bug is it gives stun value to moves that shouldn't have any. Usually using Cheonji before stance stun doesn't cause a stun, but due to the bug, it does. I'm not sure if this breaks King Up King Home rules or is just a technique, but that's the situation. Using canceling a normal move into Cheonji triggers a bug that lets you do infinite grabs. If this doesn't work, there's a high chance that it was used without canceling. A big drawback is you can't destroy the women's team outfits with this move. King's outfit is very neat. The jump light bug grab also counts as a cancel, allowing for infinite grabs. This technique takes strong execution. If your execution isn't good enough, expect a counter shot. Be careful. With this bug, specifically with this character, there's also a strange bug where you can create infinite stuns. Once your opponent gets stunned, from then on, just using command grabs will stun them again. This bug is separate from the infinite grabs exploit and is worse than the Dosang landmine formation bug. With infinite grabs or the Dosang landmine formation, at least your hands were occupied, but this is just a simple deadly combo. If your opponent may use ranged attacks, it's safer to knock them down first with the landmine formation. Not only Benimaru Benimanu, but even his friends in the back get wrecked by this move. Succeed once, and the opponent won't even dream of using a ranged attack since they'll be pushed so far away. That's all from Tori for now. If we allow all the bugs, I sometimes think that maybe 94 2P Goro might actually be the strongest. Of course, both hits connect. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could like, subscribe, and leave a comment.